We're gonna make a slight modification to the forklift here. The top of this thing is it's kind of hitting. I need these forks to get all the way up there, so I'm gonna cut this. It's already a mess anyway. Somebody took it upon themselves to 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 put their snot on this. But anyways, I'm gonna cut it, lower it down, and it won't go past the forks up there. That little. I'm gonna lower maybe 10 inches. That should be plenty. Because I do have a cage on that. So that's protecting the guy. And this is, if I go down 10 inches, I should be just fine with that. So let's go ahead and whack that off and get it welded. Okay, I think for this one, I think I'm gonna cut it at 17 inches first, and then I'm gonna set it on the forklift and then work from there, because this is so bad. All this the welds are so bad. I mean, they're functional, they'll hold. It's not, but it doesn't look good. So I think I'm gonna whack this off here and on the other side, because I do want to get this thing painted and working correctly. So let's do 17 inches. All right, let's try this. If not, I'm gonna have to get that works pretty good. It's almost a half inch of steel. I do have a plasma cutter here, but I'm afraid we have too much dust. I have to finish. Once I get rid of all this trash, we can use all that stuff, but for right now, I just want to get this thing functional. All right, I got this one put on, and like I said, I I I put them in because this one was kind of difficult to put in. So if I weld this without all the bolts being in, we might have it'll still go in because I can drill the holes a little bit bigger, but I don't want to do that. I got it in there. So I want this thing to only come up, not too high, just like maybe another 10 inches. That should be plenty. It doesn't need um, to be 10 miles up. Just 10 inches. I'm gonna cut all this nasty welds, all this crap, and rebuild this thing because it's still in pretty good shape. It's just the welds are the worst. So I'm gonna grind these, put a nice little, and then weld it, and then grind it back. And then I'm gonna paint everything. But for now, to be functional and useful in here, I just want to make sure I can use it. I can even use it I actually was using it without it, but if I put a little one on, I think it'll be perfect. So let's cut this and put all this back together. think I'm just gonna go up. I wanted 12. I wanted to go up 12. And I think I'm still gonna do 12. That's gonna be a fun one to cut through. It's not even. Look at this. It's not even. They didn't even make an effort to make it even in between this. They just, this one is this way, and that the bottom one is that way, and this one is back this way. What the hell? I don't understand it. So I'm gonna have to rebuild this whole thing. But whatever. Oh, damn. Damn. What a waste. Thank God it was wore out already. I gotta quiet that puppy down. That's gonna be noisy. Yeah. Look at that. That thing didn't even, the weld wasn't even on the thing. The weld wasn't even, it grabbed in two spots. There and there. That's it. All that weld. All that. Oh, again. 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 As long as it costs me money, no problem. Maybe I'll learn a lesson soon. We'll see. there and maybe over there. I don't know. Okay. So the bad welds was kind of a good thing for me because it was easy to take apart. So positive or negative, whatever. I gotta, I gotta straighten this out. But I think that this is like this because when they put these on, this was too long, and they bent it to fit it on here. So that's kind of a crappy thing. We're gonna have to straighten that out because it's way off. See, that's on the front there, but this guy is like halfway away. If I straighten this out, this will push out even further. So I could do a couple of things. This edge, this edge right here, it's about a couple of inches. So I can straighten this out, put a shim in here, longer bolts, and it'll fit perfectly. I just have to straighten this out. Just put like a couple of shims, maybe like I think I might need like a 1/4 inch. It looks like maybe a 1/4 inch. So I can put a piece of 1/4 inch plate, maybe even one of these. I don't know. This is like 3/8. This is 3/8 stuff. I don't know, maybe. I think the first thing I'm gonna do this weekend, I'm gonna bring the press so I can press that out and then weld it all back together or tack it in place. I'm not gonna weld it all. Tack it in place. Yeah, but that's gonna look good. That's gonna look really good. Then this will be cut down. This will be cut down. It's all gonna shrink by quite a bit. All right, so I'm gonna try to straighten this out. This is for the forklift. Let me see if I can get it as straight as possible. Oh yeah. It's not to go too much. That's pretty good. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more there. This is a 25-ton press. The only thing is a pump one. So okay. Let's see. I did a pretty good job. Let me turn on the light. I did a pretty good job. Even though it's got a belly. So let me see if I can get rid of that belly. this doesn't play around. This sucker doesn't play around. All right. I think we got it. I think that's pretty good. That is pretty straight. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. So yeah, it took the belly completely off. But now we got another problem. Take a look. There's so many projects going on. Okay. So now we got a little bit of a problem. If I set this where it's supposed to go, which is right there, I'm like a good inch away from the other side. So, I just took this off. I think I changed my mind of making shims for this. The bolts are not very long. They're pretty short. So I think what I'm going to do, plus I think it'll be a little bit better video. I'm going to weld this the way it was, obviously, a lot cleaner. But I'm going to weld this to this. Maybe go like this. Anyways, I'm going to weld this to this. Let's see. Can you see that? Yep. I'm going to weld this to this. And then I'm going to cut it in the middle. Because I have that thing that's a T. So I'll cut it in the middle and I'll fill it in and then grind it smooth, and it would be like there was nothing there. So I'm going to make a bevel on this, fix all these holes, and then just weld this back like this. And then I'm just going to cut it in the middle. So that's the plan. And after that, one step closer to painting. That's it, bottomed out. That I probably need new bolts. But let me clean these up and see. This is the only one that's really messed up. I don't want to put that back. It's really tore up. Yeah, all the other ones are good. They just need to be wire wheel. Let me see if I have. I'm gonna see if I can find one of these. I'm missing two bolts. It's messed up, so I'm not going to use that. Still looks a little high. right-handed gloves, and one burnt up. I have like four left-handed and one burnt up right hand. Okay. I think that's probably good. It's kind of leaning back. All right, there's no getting around it. I was gonna, if I want to use this material, I'm gonna have to grind a little bit because that's pretty horrible. So I'm gonna try to cut as much as I can, and the rest I'm gonna have to grind. So we're looking at 41 and a half, or 41 and 3/4 over here. So let me see what I can cut off. We'll start with this side. Okay, didn't even cut any of it off. Just gonna have to take this little bit off. And this is even crooked, so that's gonna have to come off of there. So I think I'll bring you back when I prep all this metal, because this is just going to have a lot of, this is going to be a lot of grinding. This piece right there in the middle, it's not even straight. It's cocked to that side. So it's like, you know, twisted. That's going to have to be fixed. So I have to break that off of there. Grind everything. I don't have 3/8 stuff. But that's the only way I'm going to be able to use that. If I grind that, either that or get rid of this and get new stuff. And I'm definitely not getting new stuff. So let me clean it all up, and then we'll get it all welded up. All right. After an hour of grinding, an inch of grinding dust on the floor. Finally done. So I got it all cleaned up. I didn't do these because these are going to have to be cut anyway, so who cares about those? So there it is. It's got a bit of a bend right here, but I think if I put this way, right here, and then force it down a little bit, I think it'll be okay. So I'm going to tack this one in place. Got to be about there. So I got to be able to put my hand in here and move these things up so I can get the forks moved. Okay. Yeah, I think it should go there. See what that is. About 10.5. That looks pretty good. Okay, so how does that look? Beautiful. It's got a bit of a gap, and I'm gonna have to fill, but I mean, I can fill that, no problem, but it's got a gap there. So I'm just trying to straighten it all out without making too much work for myself. Okay, that's nice. Okay, I'm going to make sure the other side is 10 and a half. Nope. Yep. Okay. 10 and a half. Let's make sure the other side is 10 and a half. Okay. Right there. Just take it. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Okay. looks like a wiener. That looks good. Okay. So now we have to cut it in the middle. We got good welds here, but I think I might just weld it completely before I start messing with these. So let me do that. Okay. I think I got a small window there to tack that in place. Yep. Oh yeah, that's pretty straight too. Okay. Put a little tack on that one. That looks fantastic. We got pretty much all the, except for that bottom one that has a little bend, but we got almost all the bends out of it. This one looks a little tweaked out a little bit, but just is perfect. She looks very good. So I'm gonna put one in the middle and that's it. So let me cut that one. 10 3/4. I'm gonna try to get this. Actually, you know what? Let's do that now. See if I can get that bend out of there. Let's see. Let's see if we can get it out. Huh. Pretty close. What do you guys think? Pretty close. Actually, close enough. I'm not going to do anything else. That's good. Close. Close enough. Okay, so I think I'm just going to take it off now and turn it around and then weld. Instead of welding upside down, I'm going to weld it. It's kind of hard to weld upside down, so clean it all up and give it a coat of primer and get it ready for painting. I think that looks really good. So let's do that next. Let's try this again. Nice. I think that's it. Alright, let me clean everything up and we'll get everything ready for paint. Alright, let's give this a paint job. This is really good stuff, this rusty metal primer. I use it for everything before I paint it. I think I'm going to paint this black. just to have a little contrast between the yellow Caterpillar paint, and I'm going to paint this black. This turned out pretty nice. Alright, still a little wet, but I'm going to turn it so I can just paint the rest of it before I throw this brush out. Nice. Alright, for all intended purposes, I didn't film. I don't know why I didn't film it, but I didn't film painting it black. But I made this thing, and which is going to be the next video. But I was putting I put all these pallets up there with some of the excess stuff I had. I still got a bunch of crap, but anyways, I put that up there, and it's still too tall. It hits. It almost clears, but I got to take off about, I don't know, another 4 or 5 inches off the thing. So I'm gonna shorten it, but I already actually did, because let me put you back here so you can see. Okay. So after all that, I welded everything, I painted it, and when I went to do that, I'm not gonna, it's, for all intended purposes, it's done. Yeah, that really stinks. But anyways, I'm just gonna cut about 4 inches more and just weld it on there. That's all it needs. When you go all the way up to get those pallets up there, the clearance, it's like, there's like a 4 inch. So I'm gonna take a little more. Maybe I'll take off, I'm gonna leave it, I'm gonna take off about that much. And I'm just gonna put this little piece on there. Like this, it kind of looks nice like this also, but I think it'll look more finished if I just cut it and just put like an extra 5 inches on top of that. That should be enough to clear that. Anywhere else, it would be fine, but like I said, I want to be able, I have the implements for the excavator and, you know, up there, so I need to be able to go up there with the forklift and bring that stuff down, because it's heavy. I'm not going to by hand try to bring that down. So I have some paint, So I can actually pick up that entire pallet and bring it down. So, which is going, maybe I'll throw this in with one of the other videos, how I made this thing. It's just aluminum that I had from a project we did a long time ago. So, anyways, yeah. So that's gonna be coming up. I bought a lift, a man lift. That's coming up. So yeah, I hate to show it dismantle like this, but um, it's really not didn't work out. But at least everything is done. So all I got to do is cut it, re-weld it, and just paint those little spots, and everything should be fine. I started doing doing the primer to paint. I'm gonna paint this guy, but I don't think that I might just throw little bits in other videos, but I don't think it's worth, you know. She is coming along though. It's looking good. I got to take this off and straighten that thing out. It's got a dent here, so I'm gonna use the press, this guy, to push that out. Put a couple of lights in. I got the piece for in here, back there. I gotta do a little something there. Like I said, I'll throw the progress in with other videos. I don't think I can milk this anymore. I think we're done with the forklift for videos. So, yep. See you on the next one.